Hello and welcome to an exclusive first look at Hand of Fate 2. This is the sequel to the roguelite meets CCG, very unusual game that came out a few years ago. I've had this game on hand for a few weeks now, but part of the embargo has finally lifted, allowing me to show some of it to you guys. So, let me double check things here before we get going. Because it's very important to make sure that I don't break the embargo. But I've been looking forward to trying this one out, especially considering how much we like the first one here. But let me just make sure before I get in any trouble. Yep, I am good. Alright, so I am free to play about 1 hour of Hand of Fate 2 tonight, so we're going to have to keep this under the clock. But let's get into it, shall we? The game, I believe, is due out next week.
Your memories are fading even now, gone to form the soul of the game we play. These pieces are new, as are the stakes. Life, death, and vengeance. We must ride, for time is short, and you have much to learn. Make your first choice, and let us set these wheels in motion once more.
And that is, of course, the bad guy or our main character from the first game.
These cards represent your history and our game. We know where they end, for you are here. Therefore, these cards must guide you to my side. Let us see what the journey holds.
And, oh, that's a good sign.
The fool steps into nothingness, because they know no better. In the same way, you must step into the void. You are a blank slate, and together we will write your history.
Graphically, it's really nice. Alright, so before we get going, hopefully my computer doesn't decide to blow up on me or the internet goes out. But before we get going, if you are completely brand new, Hand of Fate features basically cards that represent everything there is about what's going on. Different cards there's good cards that give us weapons and skills and new items, and then there are cards that represent ambushes, monsters, bosses, stuff like that. And it's up to us to build a deck of cards that what we want to appear, and we also have to pick bad cards as well. Cards that we want to either experience to unlock bonuses, or cards that are on the easier side so we don't basically kill ourselves with our choices. So down here you can see my health, the food, and the amount of gold we have. Alright. So over there is what we're dealing with. We have the Four of Greed and the Leader. So those are basically the enemies.
Every element of the game has been improved, even those that seem at first glance familiar.
Here we go.
Do not worry.
Yay.
You will soon understand the nuances.
Basically, the better our skills or our stats are, give us a greater chance of picking that right card or having more success cards. If we don't do it, then bad stuff happens to me. So they're the farmers. So we can choose either be good or bad. I guess we'll be good. And now all the cards are basically put together and we're going to enter combat. And combat is real time. Oh yeah, they've definitely upped the graphics in this game since the first one. All of our gear, all of our our stats, everything are going to come as well as the enemy. So there's the 4 creeps, like 4 thugs, I'm sorry. Alright, so let me see. Where are controls this time? 8 bashes, then attack, and then finishers, and so on. Very important that my health carries over back into the game. Hey, David. Ow. I was busy talking to David here. Of course, you get the little pop-off and then combat is on the basic side. We're not going to be getting like back style levels of craziness. So this is kind of our quote-unquote map of our play here. Each card represents a different event, and we're looking for the boss, which with only having 3 cards left, I think we know what's going to happen. Hey, Alberto. Alright, so the goblin here is going to give us something. What do I want? We get a better shield, better weapons. We'll go for these. Oh, so I can actually see what they give us. So if you look on the right, those are the special bonuses for that weapon. So Power Strike. Against corrupted enemies, Bash causes additional damage. And of course a better shield. Fires 10 hits. I don't know what hits me. Well, I'm sure we'll figure that out. Yeah, I really enjoyed the first Hand of Fate. It was one of those very weird games, but it worked really well. So we're going to get rid of our neglected sword and replace it with the axe. What's the inventory button? There we go. So this is what we have on right now. So that event's over, obviously. So we're going to go into event number 5.
This card has a token. Can you find it?
And the tokens unlock special rewards. And they're basically earned by either being in a encounter or getting the optimal outcome from special events. Alright, so I have a 1 in 3 chance of losing. Or 1 in 4, I'm sorry. I'm always bad at these. Yay! But sometimes events will have multiple encounters.
This is yours now. Even if you lose the challenge, you have earned this token.
Thank you. So that means that our leader...
Nothing could be more fitting now than meeting the mage who started this all. Or at least, started it all for you.
Going to be fighting. Yeah, sure, I can raise the volume up 1 second. I'm always never sure how high I want to make this. And this goes for anyone watching this recorded as well. If I'm coming in too low, please let me know. 1 second. Let's go for 60-60. Alright, how do I sound now? Am I coming in better? I'll lower the in-game just a tad as well. I'm afraid of making it too loud as it may cause things to pop and such. Alright. Okay. I can lower the in-game music just a tad. I know this is a little extra high. Alright. That should be good enough, I think. If it's too low, let me know. Alright, let's fight him. We're gonna fight. Can I change my sword? Alright. Here we go. Got some Doctor Who effects here right now. So there's me, and up against me. I'm not even wearing pants. This weapon is very... I have to block immediately when I see the counter to it here. I'll lower things down further when we get back to it. And some games are just going very loud. Alright, so we have to choose which amulet. Huh. I don't know. Which one do you guys like? I'm kind of leaning towards the Sphinx looking one myself. David's saying try number 2. Alright. Well, alright, I'll go with the Sphinx. I'll take it. Apparently he's on my side now. Back to the loop here. It's time for the old-fashioned character creator here. No one ever has my exact hair. Oh, I guess it's just aesthetics. I like that. Alright, are we good? Oh, finish. Now, I know, Lord, you got here a little bit late, but I have 1 hour to play, so can't unfortunately get incredibly far in the game just yet. I'm also going to switch out to my axe, because this neglected sword is not really doing it for me. I am from New Jersey. David was asking where I'm located. Alright.
Let us learn what sort you are. Strong? Clever? Wise? The circumstances under which you come here put the lie to that.
Alright, what are we doing? Okay, looks like we are rolling
These dice are another small game embedded in our game.
It's a game within a game. Oh, thank you, David. Yeah, be sure to check things out. We have a private Discord channel, Patreon, and fan-suggested game streams as well. Alright, give me a lucky 10. Yay. Roll them dice.
Victory. You are learning.
Full. Alright, so I can either choose a go back an event, which doesn't really make sense, or we choose something new.
Water is a symbol for the many thoughts that churn beneath the surface. What is it you're thinking of? What concern is worrying at your mind?
Okay,
Let
so
it
I can
fall into
choose
the
either
waters
fight
beneath.
these guys, or try to escape them by leaping into the water. Now the thing is, I really don't want to get into too much combat because my health is pooled. Alright, let's roll them bones again. Right on the money. Alright, so the event is done.
Celebrations in aid of what? You see how quickly the actions of the usurper are turned into tales for children.
Alright, let's go to the parade. Alright. So a huge success means we get an even greater reward. Oh boy. Alright, I'm going with 2. Oh my god. Oh, now we have to take a punishment card. Oh my god. Man, luck. Apparently
The
my
roads have
luck
become
only
even more
works
deadly
with dice
since the
rolling.
Empire has come to power, despite their promises of the opposite.
Oh, apparently my phone is assigned to ring too. Alright, let's re-roll these two. Come on, we need a 12.
The dice are fair, and thus you have lost this round.
Boy. And all my luck just disappeared in a matter of seconds. Okay, so I don't have the ability to block. Wait, can I still block? Oh yeah, I can still block. Never mind. That big axe. Now, I'm okay with losing those events if we don't get a token, or there's not a token form, I should say. Here we go again. Oh, now we get more food. Food is consumed every time we move on the board. Or we move to a new area, let's say.
Here we come to the end of the beginning. Running errands for mages. This will become a theme, I dare say.
Okay, here we go. against some anarchists here. Alright, we lost the money. Food is consumed every time I go onto a new card on the map, and I gain health. We're now food, and I will lose health every time I go to a new card. Now this is just literally the beginning tutorial map, so it's very small, but there's massive multi-floor maps later on. Uh-oh. So this is going to be a boss fight. Now the M's do not respawn. I love that scream when I do my super. Okay. Nice finishing animation. If I had better armor, I would take less damage. His friends are all dead, which means it's time for me to do something. I believe that's unblockable too. He catches me. I don't know what that does. Yeah, the original was like this. Finish. Well, I'm sure there's new twists to this one. Now that the encounter's done, we're gonna get our rewards.
Well done. You have cleared the first challenge, and now we can move on to the next.
Mining, go. Oh, I get them both. Never mind. So these cards right here, I want to point this out. These are the event cards I'm going to build a deck out of. So that means they can come up when we create a level. These tokens, again, are the ones I want to grab, because they will permanently unlock new rewards. So now here are the tokens and what we're going to get from them. That's now a card we can use.
Welcome to my challenges.
Now this is new.
Together, we will traverse 22 paths of wisdom and despair in the hope of awakening.
Oh, this is new, actually. Yeah, they really stepped up the graphics this time around, I must say. So, instead of... oh, my mouth is dying on me there. What they're doing now is I choose what cards they're going to build the floor out of, or build this level out of. So I have to choose 5. So there's something special to this card. So again, anything that has a token, I want to unlock, because it's just going to be more good stuff for me in the future. So we didn't get tarts, pies, and exotic lies. Let's see. So this tells me what this card would give me. didn't draw that one yet. So that's all 5. Now I have to choose what pieces of gear can possibly show up. So obviously, the better the gear, I want it to possibly be there. So I don't know what this does until we draw it. So I'll take 1, 2, 3. Well, we have to just take all 5. And I believe eventually in the later ones, we'll have to choose negatives as well. But we'll see what happens. And now he's going to create this
A casual
encounter.
call to heroism. How many adventures start thus?
If you just saw right there, he's putting his own cards into the deck.
For 100 years, I have thought about nothing but the game. I was defeated. It is true. I became complacent long before then. I thought I knew everything about the game and what it could be. Now you see before you the extent of my research. I have crafted this game anew.
In the first game, we beat him as the final boss. I'm going to take the weaponsmith.
Like a compass, it indicates the truth of all directions.
Alright, I will gladly upgrade. And apparently we have a mission on our hands.
In your life, you will have wandered endless intersections, yet this one sticks with you. Why? What is it in your memory that catches here?
Alright, that was the event. Again, some events just really open up more cards or reveal things, others will actually change.
The Empire reaches too far. The North has gone from a loose collection of tribes to something to truly fear.
And if you look right here, this tells us the enemy we're fighting. So the 3 of Frost means 3 of those kinds of enemies. Combat, Jason, is alright. It's not, like, super detailed, though. And that was the same from the first game.
Let us see if the mage can help you here.
I think it's good enough for what they're trying to do. Alright. Go do the time vortex again. So I wonder if the trickster will help us. Because that's a big guitar. Alright, that's new. We didn't have a partner in the first game.
If nothing else, I'll get a song out of this.
Oh. That's a big guy. I keep screwing up, but you can see the combo. Get used to the combo system again. Alright, so we got a new armor.
A shield in more ways than one.
Well, I'll take it. Got some gold. Well, I'm gonna need some food soon, or we're gonna be in trouble.
Your supplies are running low. Make your choices carefully.
Waiting we should buy. Tarts, pies, or exotic fruit. Exotic fruit sound interesting, but maybe they're poisonous. Yeah, I could lower it further if you guys want. David says pies. And we could certainly play this once the game is released. Right now I have an hour embargo to deal with. Alright, let's go with pies. Cinnamon butterscotch. Oh. You saw that 30 costs right there. Let's hope we don't get it. Let's go for 1. Not 10, that's not bad. And it means we get extra food. For right now, it means I can only upload about an hour's worth of footage right now. The game is not out until next week. Once the review embargo lifts, then I can play the you-know-what out of this game.
Commerce thrives in even the most unusual of locations.
What can I buy here? Alright. Before, the merchant took you into like its own UI or its own area, so this speeds things up quite nicely. Don't have the money for that. Alright, let's leave. Uh-oh.
Here we begin to see one of the small ways I've changed the game. Each challenge differs both in their rules and their objectives. Even those cards which were once the stairs now vary per challenge, as you will see.
Alright. So we're joined by people this time. Now, when these guys saw the footage from the Polynomial 2 for this effect? A new enemy type. Of course there's zombies, right? There has to be. So we gotta finish them. It could also be my computer as well. Damn. Now, bonuses like gold and more health will dissipate at the end of the adventure. Oh boy. Which way to go?
They got themselves into this mess. I don't see why you should get them out.
We'll see. If it means getting more people, I believe for this event, or this adventure, that the soldiers are going to help us at the end of each floor. So obviously the more we get, the more it will help. Help me.
By seeing you, make it vain!
Keep screwing. I have to propose me as a green attack. One more special. Oh no! I lost my combo. And he's just rocking that book, isn't he?
They place themselves in these dire positions.
Okay,
and then expect a hero to come rescue them when things become too much.
I'll lower the in-game sound a little bit more. I won't go too high, because then I may just be yelling. Some games we have this problem, and other ones it's all fine. Okay. Alright, do we save the soldiers, or do we go for the gold? I want to save the soldiers. Nice. That's a lot of zombies. Remember to take a screenshot for the thumbnails, but it's all looking too beautiful. New armor? Yeah, I'll take the axe. Here's my gold. Another recruit for the team. I think we'll buy some food this time around. Because without food, it's going to get very tough to progress.
Now your chance presents itself. At last, stand in the defense of the peasantry.
I am going to come back, because that ends already. And see right there, the little token? That's why. Because the only way to unlock new cards is to complete their events. Uh-oh, you stole my money. Oh boy. Alright, I have a 1 in 4 chance, so I'm going to turn this over to the wisdom of the chat. What card do you think I should pick? Because 1 in 4 is not my forte. If we succeed, we'll get that token. If we don't, I don't know what happens. No one in chat wants to say anything right now. Oh wait. Alright. El Gordo, Jason, are you watching? Anyone want to suggest? Anyone want to... Alright, I got El Gordo saying 3, David saying 4. Alright, so looks like everyone wants to do 3. Here we go. No. Womp womp. Curses. If we want to get that event again, I'll have to place it into the deck for another adventure.
Age turns us all. She has done rather better than I in the time that has passed.
Oh, thank you. Free food.
Your companion has his own story to tell. We must wonder if this is a tale of a hero or a villain.
Alright, we'll give him 10 gold. I don't know, a purple flower, that just screams poison to me. Let's go for this. Triple fives. Uh-oh. What? Oh. Unfortunately, we can't repeat these events.
Another chance to redeem yourself. Let's see how you handle it this time. Now you wager for more than mere success and failure. You choose the very stakes themselves.
I'm gonna use, hopefully, my psychic powers and say 2. Oh. It looks like we have a boss encounter here. Go team. Again, we want to deal with his friends before we go for the boss. Thankfully, they do not reject. Bash that arm roll. That is not... I don't remember that being in the first game. Apparently I got a ninja.
A mighty creature of chaos felled by your power. Does it satisfy you, this bloodshed? Knowing those you destroy were once simple peasants going about their day.
Alright, what do we unlock? Alright, so that's level 2 complete.
As you play, you will find more options open to you. Should you find yourself blocked or overly challenged, take the time to explore the board. Unlocking cards will give you options you have not yet considered.
Alright, so again, anything with a token I always want to take. Is it a Dungeon Keeper voice? Alright, let me do a quick time check here. Yeah, we're about 50 minutes into the video, so I don't think we'll be able to do another map.
You find yourself once again in the company of prayer and religion. How unfortunate. Now it begins. Negotiations on behalf of the Empire. We will see how that story ends.
It's a lot of food. Alright. So we need to find 6 blessings before we get to the final event.
Be careful where one takes refuge, even in the worst of storms.
Ooh. Three. I guess I should be happy that we have a huge field. Okay, so camping, that's a new one here.
Campfires will always offer warmth and heat, but they also change with each challenge. Be prepared.
Cook some food. Can't afford that, sadly.
Not every temple has crumbled into the dust, more's the pity.
So these are blessings, and these are passive benefits that will affect us for the rest of the mission. Later levels will introduce curses that will give us a negative effect for the rest of the mission. You see 15 life for every gold card. Gain up to 20 at the beginning of a new map if you have less than 20. Huh. I'm gonna go for Divine Intervention to start with. Alright, so that's one new blessing.
The mountain itself pushes you back.
Alright, let's do this floor, and then I'm afraid we'll have to stop.
In the cold, men become desperate. Women hold these mountains together, even through the worst.
Yay! We didn't get hurt that time.
These are the choices that make the hero or the villain.
Alright, we'll fight him. Alright, we'll do this encounter and then the last one on this floor. And then we'll probably switch to Dark Quest 2 for the rest of the evening.
Don't let them hit me! I'm too handsome for violence.
Head. That's another new element.
In my day, thieves kept their distance. None would pickpocket a mage for fear of failure.
Alright, guys in chat.
Success.
Let's try this again. Pick your number. What could it be? Is voting for 1. Alright. 3, 2, 1. Oh. Not even close.
Will you push on despite nature itself attempting
so that
to
takes
thwart
to
you?
the second map. What do you want? Oh. Alright. 1 in 4 or 3 in 1 chance of getting something good. This is perfect. I just let the chat pick the cards for me, and then I can't be held accountable for any bad plays. It's the perfect plan. Even if it's 1 in 4, I will pick the bad one. I can just feel it now. Alright. I just closed my eyes. Oh, good. Alright, that's blessing 2. Alright. Yeah, we are just at the literal hour here, so unfortunately with this embargo in place, so let's see, 53 minutes into the video, is that right? Alright, let's see if I can push it to one more encounter. Oh. Three.
A lesson in caution awaits us all. Nature, truly wild nature, will not tolerate fury in its domain.
I think this will be our last
its
encounter. And he just keeps talking. But it looks like I'm about to fight a mini-boss.
Who dares venture? Not less than the amazing Balaclips!
I feel underarmed for this fight here. Thank you, Shield. Kill him. That bull doesn't come back around. There you go. That was a waste of time. And so far, even though we've only played an hour of this, I'm really enjoying this one. I think this kind of invalidates Hand of Fate 1. Definitely think that. Oh. Let's dig him out. Alright, another... Wait, what's the wheel gambit? That's a new one. I got another blessing, thankfully. But what's nice is that the game should let me just continue right from this point. Made in Australia. Alright, well, unfortunately, like I said, I am under embargo for right now. Next week, when the review embargo lifts, we can certainly play a lot more of Hand of Fate 2, because I'm really enjoying this one. And there's going to be an endless mode if you just want to keep adventuring without quests. So for you guys watching this live right now, we're going to switch to some Dark Quest 2 to round out the evening. For now, though, if you're watching this recorded, thank you so much. If you're new, be sure to like and subscribe and all that great stuff. But otherwise, we'll switch over to our next game, and we'll come back to Hand of Fate 2 for sure once the embargo lifts. How do I... Oh, there we go. We can just exit from there. Let me